Dear children, I welcome you all to EduSart teleteaching program, and today's topic is a tiger in the house. It is a very interesting, very interesting story. Now we are going to discuss, and it covers the 10th class course. Now a tiger in the house by Ruskin Bond. Now you see the picture. What do you guess? Now it is a adult tiger or baby tiger. It is definitely a baby tiger, that is called tiger cub. So, the tiger cub, now you can see the tiger cub in a house. Now, he is the owner of the tiger cub maybe, or he is playing with the tiger cub. A boy is playing with the tiger cub. The boy is no one, he is the author, and he is in his grandfather's house. This boy is in grandfather's house. Now, we will read all about the story, we will discuss all about the story now, and you will find very good things in the story. Before coming to the story, before opening the story, now let us know about something about the author. Now know about author. Ruskin Bond, a famous Indian writer of British descent. That means, his father was an English. Then he was born on May 1934 in Himachal Pradesh. He is residing at Himachal Pradesh. He was a famous short story writer, novelist, a poet also. His writings were primarily focused on children and simple hill folk of Uttarakhand. That means, he was staying there at Uttarakhand. So, Uttarakhand is a hilly area. So, all his stories, all his experiences based on the areas of the hilly regions, that is folk, the local people, their activities. So, he has experienced a lot of things in that area. So, he has written a story about the tiger. In this part of the story, what you will see, you will find two episodes. The entire story has been made into two parts. One is part 1, the second is part 2. In the part 1, you will find two things, two episodes, that is a tiger in the forest, then a tiger in the house. Okay. Now, you see the picture. This is the picture of a forest, a tiger cub, and how it is brought up in a house. So, these two things we will discuss. First of all, when this tiger cub was rescued and how it was brought up at home. See, this is the two things, 2 points we shall discuss first. Okay. What I told you, I have divided the story into two parts. Now, we are discussing about the part 1. Before discussing about the story, it is very necessary and important for us to know important points, some important points, 4 important points maybe, that is setting of the story. So, the area of the story, on basis of which area the story has been written, that is, it is a forest region of Dehradun. The story is about the forest region of Dehradun. Then second, characters are there. Who are the characters? A writer was there, his grandfather, grandmother, and the elephants, other people are also there. Then third, what sort of problem the author faces or experienced what sort of problem the author has experienced or author has witnessed or author has faced. Then what conclusion, what are the consequences and conclusion. So, these are the points we must know at the time of discussing the story, understand. So, that it will be easier for you to remember the story, and at the comprehension part and at the time of doing MCQ question answer, it will be for you, it will be easy for you to answer. Okay. Now, let us discuss. Now, the story is like that. Writer's grandfather discovered Timothy, the tiger cub. The tiger cub was named as Timothy in the Terai jungle near Dera. That means, the tiger cub was discovered. That means, writer's grandfather discovered this tiger cub. Where? In the Terai jungle near Dera, means Dehradun. Okay. Then what happened? Grandfather was not a shikari. So, this is the background, because tiger is the central character in this story. So, this is the background. Now, tiger cub was brought before you. Then how the story started? You see, grandfather was not a shikari. That means, grandfather was not a hunter, but he was taken in a hunting party as he knew the forest of Shivalik hills better than other people, but he was accompanied in the hunting party. So, prior to present time, that is, this is the post independence period, when some professional hunters are there and they were going to hunt. That was the ruling period of the British government, and viceroys are there, the governors of Odisha, like this. Now, that was the post of viceroy. Now, the post is governor of Odisha, like that. At that moment, there was a post of governor. Now, that at that time viceroy was there, like this. That was the time when this story started or began. Okay. Now, so hunting party decided to go for hunting. So, before taking decision, they had to accompany some of the important person, those had got experience about the hilly region, about the forest, about the wild animals, about tiger, etc. So, grandfather was one of such officer, because he was posted as a forest officer that in that area. That is why he was accompanied. Though he was not a shikari, he may not be a hunter, but he was accompanied as he was a person who had lot of experience about that area, about that region. So, he was accompanied with other people of Delhi. Okay. Then several important persons from Delhi had been also in the party. There were 15 elephants. So, there were elephants, 4 of them with howdahs. Howdahs, that is, the hunter will sit on the elephant at the time of moving in the forest and searching the animals. So, the seat arranged on the back of the elephant, that is howdahs. Okay. Now, when they went to that forest, they camped in the forest. The dinner was, so when they stayed there, dinner was arranged. All the modern dinner was arranged there. The dinner was very good, as grandfather told to the author. That means, the dinner was very good. The party used hot water plates, finger glasses and 7 to 8 items, courses, that is items. All such sort of things were arranged, like the arrangements made in modern hotels like that. The sportsmen, that means the hunters, and those who are in the party to hunt animals are called sportsmen. The sportsmen did not find any tiger to shoot, but unfortunately they did not find even a single tiger to shoot at. So, what they did? They could only shoot deer, peacock and wild bears. All such type of animals were spotted and found. When grandfather was strolling down, so now the mission to kill the tiger or hunt the tiger was over, because they did not get any tiger. Then just for relaxation, grandfather was strolling down, he just walked on the forest path. He, at the time of walking, at the time of roaming there, what happened? Grandfather suddenly saw a tiger cub, which was about only 18 inches from the intricate roots of a banyan tree. Banyan tree, you know. So, intricate root, that is the netted roots banyan tree, and brought home. Now, he brought the tiger cub home. He brought the tiger cub home. Okay. Now, the tiger cub already reached home with grandfather. The tiger cub came to grandfather's house. So, who took care of it? Now, immediately what happened? Grandmother named it as Timothy. The tiger cub was kept under the care of Mahmud. Mahmud was the cook of grandfather. At first, the cub was fed with milk in a feeding bottle, but the tiger cub could not digest the milk, that, or in other words we can say the milk proved to be very rich for the tiger cub to digest. Then the food was changed. The cub was given mutton, raw mutton, cod liver oil, followed by a tempting, very attractive, tempting diet of pigeon and rabbit. So, now the tiger cub was brought up by this way, right. Then what? The tiger cub was not only the pet animal at grandfather's house. There are two animals, that is Toto, the monkey, and a small mongrel puppy. Toto was very bold and little bit naughty, and it used to pull the tail of Timothy. So, when Timothy was running after it to attack, he was just climbing up. So, at first Timothy was afraid of the puppy, another pet was there, puppy. By and by both became friends, and Timothy allowed the puppy to sit on his back and crowl. Now, all the three pets lived together in the house. Okay. Now, the writer also there, the writer was also there. Where? At grandfather's house. The writer became his friend. When writer was at grandfather's house, the writer became the friend of Timothy. By this time, Timothy was the size of a full grown retriever, that is a big dog, right. Now, writer saw the tiger cub and at that moment the tiger cub was full grown like a retriever. When the writer took him for a walk, he felt hard to control him. That means, the writer was unable to control the cub. He pulled the chain hard. Now, what happened? So, at the time of taking him to the walk in the morning, the writer felt it had to control the tiger cub. Okay. So, this is at the time of walk. Then Timothy's favorite place at grandfather's house was drawing room. So, most of the time Timothy was sitting in the drawing room like a dignified person, a prestigious dignified person. Okay. He felt comfortable there, he felt comfortable and dignified lying on the sofa. So, the sofa was in the drawing room, Timothy was sitting lying on the sofa, feeling comfortable and acting, behaving like a dignified person. Okay. So, this is the habit of Timothy. So, the tiger cub had clean habits. What? He would scarf his face with his paws like a cat. You see how the cat are doing, using their paws, how the cats are using their paws, they are scrubbing their face. So, in the like manner tiger cub was also scrubbing his face with paws, right. So, this is the activities what tiger cub was doing. Now, next at night, in the night what the tiger cub was doing? At night he slept in cook's quarters. In the daytime sitting on the sofa in the drawing room, and then in the night what he was doing? He was sleeping in cook's quarters, right. Once writer's grandfather declared in prophetic manner that one day they would see Timothy only on bed of Mahmud without sign of him except his clothes and shoes. That means, nobody will find the cook there except tiger cub. That means, tiger cub would one day eat up Mahmud. Only the members of the writer's family would see the shoe and clothes of the Mahmud. This is the thing. So, the grandfather apprehended some dangerous activities from tiger's side, lest the tiger should kill the Mahmud in the future. He apprehended, he thought like that. Okay. Timothy had to be chained frequently. So, now as the Timothy grew older and older, his behavior began to change. He became little bit reserved, unfriendly, that is why arrogant, that is why he was to be chained frequently. Finally, grandfather decided to transfer him to a zoo. Then when he was not under control, grandfather decided to transfer Timothy to a zoo at Lucknow. Now, this is the episode, this is the story. We came to know a tiger cub in the forest and a tiger cub in the house. Now, this part 1 covers the 2 episodes. Once the tiger cub in the forest was there, now it was brought to the home of the grandfather, how it was brought up and what changes came to him, then what decision grandfather took. Grandfather took the decision to transfer him to zoo. Why? Because Timothy became unfriendly and he did some actions which is not easily acceptable by the family members of grandfather. Even grandfather did not like to keep Timothy at home for a long time. He decided to transfer the cup to the Jew. Okay. Now, children, let us discuss some of the important multiple choice questions. Grandfather knew the forest of dash hills better than other people. So, there are 4 answers. One of the answers is correct, that is written in bold letter or red letter. Now, you see Shivalik, Himalayan, Dera and all the 3. The right answer is Shivalik hills, right. There are dash elephants in the hunting party. How many elephants? 4, 8, 10 and 15. 15 is the right answer. How many elephants had howdahs on their back? Answer is 4. There are 4 howdahs on elephant's back. The tiger cub was dash inches long when it was discovered. The tiger cub was 18 inches long. Timothy was given a tempting diet of dash and dash, pigeon and rabbit. There are 4 choices: cod liver oil, raw mutton, milk and cod liver oil, and pigeon and rabbit. So, right answer is pigeons and rabbit, right. Who was very bold pet? How many pets are there? 3, including Timothy, that is Timothy, Toto, mongrel puppy and retriever. Which one? Toto was very bold. Then Timothy's favorite place was dash: drawing room, cook's quarters, writer's bedroom, dining room. The right answer is drawing room, right. Then when Timothy was about a dash months old, a change came over him. 5, 6, 4, 3. The right answer is 6 months, right. Lucknow Zoo was dash miles away from grandfather's house. Lucknow Zoo was dash miles away from grandfather's house. 200, 300, 100, 100 and 50. The right answer is 200, right. Then last one, a glass vessel to hold water for raising the fingers after desserts is known as hot water plate, hot water bowls, finger glasses, jug. The right answer is finger glass. So, children, this is all about the MCQ, and you can find more MCQ if you go back to text. So, after most of the things we have discussed, the main items, headlines or important points we have already discussed about it, and it is not sufficient for you unless you go to text. So, at home you read thoroughly the text, the part 1 and part 2. You will be able to answer all the questions. Thank you all.